For the longest time now, I've always been into old school performance cars, but I've always secretly wanted to own a more newer and more modern performance car like this. The Audi RS3. 5 cylinders, 2.5 litres, 394 brake horsepower with a 0 to 60 time of 3.8 seconds. And of course the infamous Quattro all-wheel drive system. I've always loved the look and sound of an RS3. But to buy one of these cars, most people would be looking at getting finance. For a good condition, average mileage RS3, it would set you back around £20,000. And with the average finance deal being around £15,000 or over, most people would rather pay the high interest rates just to be able to spread the cost. And for me to get that car right now, I'd have to pay nearly £5,000 in interest over 4 years. £5,000 is a big chunk of money. With that, you could buy another car to use as a daily and have the RS3 for a fun car on the weekends. So for me, finance is not an option. Which only leaves me with one other option, and that is to buy an RS3 outright with cash. And here's how I'm going to do it. Every single day, people's cars are breaking down, failing MOTs or stop running completely. So for a highly skilled mechanic like myself, it opens an opportunity to buy, repair and sell, making as much profit as possible to one day buy that RS3 for hard-earned cash. But of course, with every car I buy along the way, there's gonna be a risk. So with me already trying to swap my way up to a supercar, this time instead of each car having to be a step up from the last, it's about the profit I make on each one of them, so I can build up enough money to buy that RS3. Okay, if I'm setting one of these cars as the goal, I think it only makes sense to build up some motivation. So we're going to take this one for a quick spin just to see what they're actually like, and that way I know what I'm getting myself into and what I'm working towards. So let's take it out. Right, let's see what this thing is like. This one has actually had a few modifications as well. It's around 500 horsepower. It's on better suspension, better brakes, aftermarket wheels. So this is kind of what I'd be looking to do with mine once I get it, and we could have a bit of fun with it. But I've never driven a proper performance German car, I don't think, like a modern one. So this is going to be quite fun. Here we go, Audi RS3. Deep down, I have always had a soft spot for these. I think a little bit more so the hatchbacks, but this is kind of the same thing, really. Just looks a little bit different. Let's give it a little pull. Oh, it's fast. It is very fast. Sounds great as well, 5 cylinders. This definitely gives me something to work for, this does. I kind of understand it a little bit now. Although they're not raw and not as fun as the old Japanese stuff, the power and the comfort, I understand, definitely. That's fast. That is fast. I think this is a stage 2, but a mild stage 2. That's quick, isn't it? That is really quick. The sound as well. You've got your Golf R's and your stuff like that, that obviously they're 4 cylinders and they all sound a little bit same. The RS3 being a 5 cylinder, just that little bit different, that little bit more unique. That is so quick. That is really quick. With the all-wheel drive Quattro as well, it just puts it down. Yeah, that's yeah, I think I need to get an RS3. I think we should get back and start hunting for a car to work up to one of these, because yeah, I think it's safe to say I now want one. Okay, I need to find a car and find one fast. I want to get to an RS3 as quick as possible, and this time, instead of having to wait for people to swap with me, I can simply go out, buy cars as quick as possible and get them turned around in as short of time as I can. So of course we're going to start off with Facebook Marketplace. This is now the go-to where to find an absolute bargain, and what I'm kind of looking for is MOT failures, cars with problems, cars that basically the owners either can't afford or don't know how to fix. So I'm going to have a good look through Facebook and see what I can find. Oh, no way. A Mazda MX-6. And after what felt like complete endless scrolling, I did actually find some cars that would tick a lot of the boxes. I've managed to message 5 people. One of them is a car that is being advertised for braking. So I've asked him if he's already started braking the car, because he said that the car had a turbo failure, but it does still drive. Might even be a vacuum boost issue, the turbo could be fine. So I've asked him if he hasn't already started braking the car, that could be a possible contender. But for now, I've messaged a few people on Facebook. I'm going to have a look at Gumtree. Gumtree is a great website to find a bargain. It's mostly used by, I think, a little bit of the older generation. So they're pretty blunt to deal with, but they're pretty straightforward in yes or no, and they'll answer all your questions for you. So I'm going to click cars and vehicles and then just simply search anything in a 10-mile radius from me. Change that to 10. Let's have a look. Gumtree is actually the UK's largest online classifieds platform, allowing users to buy, sell and trade a wide range of items locally. Cars, furniture, housing and also finding jobs. When I've used Gumtree, I've typically found that it's used by more elderly people, so you can expect them to be a little bit more honest and not hide as many details. And after a while of scrolling, I did find a few cars that I think could work. I've sent a few messages out on Gumtree as well. There is one that I'm particularly quite interested in. We'll just see when people reply. Typically, the replies on Gumtree are quite slow, so we'll just have to see. But not long after, I found a car that wasn't far away from where I am and that I think would be a perfect first car to get this series started. And I think if it works out, I could make some good profit off this one. I might have found a potential car. I'm hoping it's still available. It's up for £650. It is an Audi A3 hatchback, 2005. I'm about to message the owner now. Looks like it has been stood for a little while. The description says it's my daughter's first car, recent spend £400 on new clutch plus brakes. Car needs jump starting, then drives fine, but if left overnight won't start. Recent new battery. It's a 1.6 petrol. It's done 142,000 miles. I think this would be absolutely perfect. Maybe something alternator related, battery related. There might be a little electric gremlin somewhere that needs figuring out. So I'm going to send this guy a message and hope that he gets back to us. All we have to do now is wait. We're going to go check it out now. I'm hoping I can get it for a good price, enough to fix it and of course flip on for a profit. I've been told that I'm going to need to take a jumper pack, and it may not even start with the jumper pack because the battery is completely dead. So I'm hoping we can actually get it started and not need a recovery truck to bring it back. But this is all part of the fun, so let's just go check it out and keep our fingers crossed. And after around a 25-minute drive, it was time to see the car. He says it should be down here, parked in front of his garage, because he hasn't moved it for about a month. That's it, innit? That looks way nicer. That looks well nicer in person than it does on the pictures. Well, this side does anyway. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks alright.
There's a tree growing from the sill, but... Right, I don't know, where's his house? I've texted him to say we're here. Let's go have a look. And after a quick talk with the owner, it was time to have a proper look around this Audi A3 and just hope that we can get it started. Okay, here we go. Audi A3 2005. and 5. He says it's been parked here for about a month. I do think I have the key. He said he did run it earlier just to try and get some power in the battery, so I don't know if it actually starts. There's not enough battery either in the key or the car because the button to unlock it doesn't work, and to get round here, I think the trees must have grown a little bit over summer, because we're going to have to try and get it in it from the driver's side. But you know what? Paintwork, that side anyway, it looks, there's a tow bar on it. I'm not sure why there's a tow bar, because it's, I think it's a 1.6 petrol. It is HPI clear. Let me see if I can, oh, it's a thingy bush as well. Oh, we're in. Does that unlock the passenger side? Right, we're in. Full leather interior as well. Look at it. It's actually in really good condition. Needs a little hoover and a clean and that, but not sure about the steering wheel cover. I think that might...
I think it suits you.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Just bring out my feminine side a little bit. I think it's good. He says it ran absolutely fine. It's recently had a new clutch, but he doesn't have a receipt for it because he got it done by a mate. Take that with a pinch of salt. I think he said it's had new discs on the front, which also not sure. But he said it ran absolutely perfect. He said engine, gearbox are absolutely fine. I'll do him the favour. Engine and gearbox absolutely fine. He says it just keeps dying on him if he doesn't drive it every single day. So let's see if it starts, shall we? Let's try it. I'm not expecting it to turn on. He said he ran it this morning, he said, but he didn't actually drive it. Yeah, absolutely nothing. Oh, it flashed then. Yeah, and it just keeps turning straight off. We've got the jumper pack, so let's hope we can jump it. Can I roll this forward and get it out this bush? Oh my goodness gracious me. I can't even shut the door, there's that much bush. It's moving. Right, let's try and jump it. Just see what the engine looks like. Yeah, he said he put a new battery on it because he was hoping that it was just a battery issue. So that is actually a brand new battery. Can't see whether it's red or green in there, but that is a brand new battery, and he says that hasn't solved the problem. He thinks it is now the alternator, which kind of makes sense, but let's try and jump it.
This technically should start with a little boost off the jumper pack, because earlier he did say he had it running, but that's a little bit worrying. When someone warms a car up before you go to view it, it's always a little bit alarming because you never know what the car sounds like on cold.
We've got power, we've got power. Passenger airbag on. That sounds well smooth. Passenger airbag on, and a brake light fault. That's all we've got on the dashboard.
I think he's included the brake light, hasn't he?
Oh, is that what? There we go.
Yeah.
2 brake light bulbs. Oh yeah, he did say that. This is nice. This is actually nice. Let's quickly just take it round the block and we'll see what it's like. Moment of truth, if we take the jumper off, does it die? Oh! It doesn't. We might be onto a winner here. If we can get this for under £500, I think we can fix it and sell it for a profit. It is on the higher side of the mileage. 142,000 on a 1.6 petrol engine, so it is a little bit high, which, I mean, I guess if the engine runs okay, it runs okay. Let's just see. Look how much fuel it's got in it. We've got nearly a full tank. We've got 3/4 of a tank.
Yeah, the clutch is definitely new. I don't know where I'm going around here. So what he said is if we drive it now, say I took it home, it would turn back on. But if you leave it like overnight or over a couple of nights, the battery drains and then it won't turn on. To me, that does sound like alternator, but he was true to his word. The gearbox and engine seem absolutely fine. I'm going to see if he'll take any less than 500. If we can, I'm going to buy it. Let's go find out. Deal is done. I am now the owner of this Audi A5, and I'll let you know how much I paid.
A5?
It's not an A5. I am now the proud owner of this Audi A3, and I'll let you know a little bit later how much I actually got it for, because I think we're definitely going to make money on this one. And I guess the series could now be called A3 to RS3. What a great first car.
All that was left to do with this Audi A3 is to try and get it back to the driveway, and after restarting it once again with the jumper pack, it drove home absolutely faultlessly. There's definitely an issue somewhere to do with the power under the engine bay, but we'll find that out a little bit later. For now, the car is driving amazing.
Okay, here we go, Audi A3. Before we get this car diagnosed and fixed and up for sale, I want to quickly tell you about Surfshark. Now, you might be wondering, what is Surfshark? Surfshark is a VPN service provider, and for someone like myself that's always on the internet, searching for cars, looking up how to repair them, and loads more, most things that I do nowadays are all online. So, what does Surfshark do? Surfshark actually keeps you and your data safe when browsing online. And you can actually change your virtual location so you can access Netflix movies and series that you wouldn't be able to in this country.
For example, to watch Grey's Anatomy, I just need to change my location to the US and suddenly I can watch it along with loads of other shows I normally can't access in the UK.
Another great thing with Surfshark is it works across multiple devices at the same time. Whether I'm inside editing on my laptop and downloading music, or if I'm away at a garage or somewhere, I'm always protected. The internet can be a crazy place, and with Surfshark it keeps you protected from the bad side of browsing. So if you want to stay safe online, then I'll leave the link to Surfshark down below in the description, or you can use the discount code JESSEC at checkout to get 4 extra months. Surfshark offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try it out and experience it all risk-free. Right, time to fix this Audi. Let's get this Audi A3 fixed and for sale so we can quickly make some profit of getting to that RS3. First thing I want to do, the car has already died. It's been here for a day now and it's already drained its battery. The journey that we did was about 20 minutes, which you'd think would be enough to charge the battery. So first thing I'm going to do is see what the battery is actually telling me, because if the battery is weak, which I don't know if you can tell, but if you look down here, there's meant to be either a red or a green light. Red obviously means the battery's bad, green means it's okay. And at the moment, it's just completely see-through. There's like, you can't see any colour through there whatsoever. So I want to know what this battery is actually like. And put the positive on the positive. Wait, what? Alright. That's saying 2.1 volts, which means the battery is not charging at all. Okay, so the battery's really low. Like, that battery's already absolutely knackered. So I'm going to jump start it, and what I want to see is what this battery is doing once that alternator is actually spinning, because if the alternator's holding this charge, then it's the battery, not the alternator. Actually, that's a little bit confusing. Also, when I was driving it back, there's no battery light on the dashboard or anything like that. Once it's turned on, it's as if there's not a problem at all. So yeah, let's do a bit of digging.
Okay, let's get this Audi A3 back up and running again. First, I'm jump starting the car, and like every time, it fired up straight away.
Now what I'm looking for is if the voltage from the battery drops and if it maintains a stable reading. If it starts to drop, then that would mean that the alternator isn't charging the battery and we know we need to change it. But if it doesn't, we could have a wiring issue or something a little bit worse, and that I'm not prepared for. But the voltage stayed around 14.3 volts and didn't drop at all. Next, I'm turning on the AC, the blower fans, the headlight main beam and full, and also the hazard lights to try and see if there's any change in that voltage. And once again, after the initial change, it went back to absolute normal. Weird.
So the alternator's fine. Is this the point where I've bought an absolute massive problem? Right, that's really confusing.
I think this may turn into the process of elimination, so something else I'm going to try is taking off the battery terminals and giving them a quick sand down with some Scotch-Brite, just to make sure that they are definitely making a proper connection. But after that, turning the car off, the voltage dropped massively.
Yeah, that battery's got no charge in it whatsoever. That's definitely not helping things, is it? But that don't explain why it holds its voltage. Okay, that battery might be knackered, but it still holds its voltage when the car's powered on. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try just changing the key battery. Imagine it's just something not communicating properly. I don't know, it's worth a try.
I think this one's definitely clutching at straws, but at least I know that once I've changed the battery in the key, I can definitely tick that one out the back of my mind, and I know that it's fresh and it's definitely working.
I don't think that's going to make a difference, but at least we know that it's got a fresh battery in it and it's now nothing to do with maybe a battery dying or anything. Worth a go. Okay. What else can I check?
I then decided I was going to plug in my diagnostic tool and see if I could spot anything unusual on the live data, and that's when this happened.
That's dying straight away, isn't it? Yeah. It's not even holding. Try again.
Now, even with the car being jump started, it was running for about a second and then shutting itself completely down. So I tried to reverse the last thing I did. I put the original battery back into the key and tried again.
Go on. No. That's dying straight away. The car won't turn on at all now. The jumper pack's on charge. I think this battery's already knackered because it's not got no reading in this little hole thing. That's meant to be either green or red, 100%, and it holds charge once it's jumped, which means the alternator is sending the right amount of charge to the battery. We've tried it with everything on that we can. I'm leaning more towards the battery now, aren't you?
Do you know what I've noticed?
What?
Look how small the battery is in the thing.
That's another thing. Look how small.
Right,
yeah, look how much space there is between. Surely that battery tray is meant to hold the battery. That's like, that does look too small, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And I wonder whether that's what's. You know what? I think you're right with that. Imagine someone's just put the wrong battery on it and they think it's the alternator and they've sold it because of that. That would make sense though, because I've not got a battery warning light on the dashboard, and when the car's turned on, it's holding the right voltage, which wouldn't throw the battery light on the dashboard because the alternator's doing what it should be doing. I think you might have sussed that. So true, that's way too small. Way too small. Right, let's get the one off the Polo.
Oh, that one's bigger.
Look how much bigger that one is. That's way bigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we order a new battery. I really do. Do you know what I'm going to do? Yeah, I've got an idea. Okay, so I'm on Euro Car Parts. I'm going to put in the reg of this car, and I think, well, I hope, if the dimensions on Euro Car Parts battery are different to the dimensions on this battery, that's the wrong battery for this car, and it's been overcharging it, which has just knackered the battery, I think.
So after putting the reg of this car into Euro Car Parts, I managed to find the dimensions for the battery that's meant to be in this car. It came up that it should be 242 millimeters in length. So I'm going to measure mine. The battery's too small. The battery's actually way too small. This is 200 mil. That is an insane win if we just need to buy a battery. I also thought that I'd check all of the other manufacturers of batteries for this car, and they were all coming up at either 242 millimeters or 246, which is way bigger than the one that's already on the car. So I'm going to get this battery off and check the part number and just see if it matches anything that's coming up for this reg. So that is definitely a brand new battery, look. It's well clean. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We've got a part number. It's wrong. Look at the picture. 60 amp hour EN480. On here, we've got 40 amp hour EN330. It's just the wrong battery for this car. That's all it actually is. Surely not. Okay, buying this car, I was expecting to have to spend nearly 200 quid on an alternator. Today is Sunday, and luckily Euro Car Parts are open till 4 o'clock. So, I'm going to buy a battery. And I think we should just do that first of all. I'm pretty sure this is the wrong battery for this car. So, I'm going to take this with me so we compare the size and part numbers for the correct battery for this car, and hope that that fixes this power issue that this car's having, and then we can service it, give it a quick wash, quick detail, and get it up for sale straight away. One car in this video and we're moving it straight on. That's the plan. Let's go to Euro. And after a lovely Sunday drive stuck behind all of the slow drivers to Euro Car Parts, I managed to find the battery that I needed for this car, and I was able to compare it to the one that was on the car, and I think you'll be quite surprised. I have a verdict. So, that's the old battery, yeah?
Yep.
That's the one that was on the car with the problem. Ready to see the new one? Completely different. This one says 60 amp hour, 480 CCA, and that one is completely different, look. That's bigger in size, it's a complete different part number, everything is different. I think that's the problem. And this one, can you see in there? Can you see it's all green?
Oh, yeah.
And that one, I don't know, there's a little bit of green. I don't know. I think this is going to be the fix. So let's get back and let's get it on. If this is actually the problem with this car, that why it won't start, then this could have been one of the easiest fixes that I've ever come across in my life. I was expecting to have to spend nearly £200 on an alternator, have to struggle to fit it, and then it might not have even solved it. So I'm going to get this battery in place and cross my fingers that we've actually won this time. All the lights are back on, all the dash is working. Look at that. That sounded way more, like its crank was way stronger than it was before. Before with the other battery it was like really weak to kind of start. Now it's on a proper cold start. I'm pretty sure that's it. What a result! Literally just the battery. I can't believe someone has put the wrong battery on the car. I mean, that is actually quite unfortunate for the previous owner, isn't it? But then, that's kind of the game. Should we see what battery percentage we've got? 14.27 volts, which is exactly what it should be. There's no battery light on the dashboard. I'll tell you one thing we do need to do. Is take that off. Oh, it's actually got a nice steering wheel underneath. I thought the steering wheel was going to be battered, but that looks way nicer. I'm 99% sure that that has fixed it, and all we had to do was undo 2 nuts, take the old battery off and put the new one on. So now I'm going to get this one secured down and hopefully I won't have to touch it again. The battery is all nice and secure. That looks way better in that battery tray. That looks like the correct battery for this car. But what I want to know is, with me just running it on idle, will it start under its own steam? That's fixed. I don't care what you're saying, that is fixed. We still have the traction control and the steering light on the dashboard, but when the car starts driving, they will go away. I guess it's kind of good and bad, because for me, I could have probably done with it being a little more broken to make a bit more of an interesting video. But I guess this is just cars. Some you win, some you lose. And as far as this is running, this one has been a win, a battery, and that is it. I'm well happy with that. The next thing we've got to do is service it, because when you turn it off and back on, it normally greets you with a service light, which means it needs the oil changing and of course the oil filter. So next job is to do them, give it a quick clean out, and I think this one is ready to flip on already. What a result. We've all seen me service a car way too many times now, so I'm going to fly through this. First, I'm draining the oil. Next, fit the brand new sump plug. Now I'm lowering the under tray so I can get access to the oil filter. Now I can undo that and then prime the new oil filter, put that in place and of course tighten it up, and now I can simply fill the engine back up with oil. Easy stuff. Not forgetting to replace the air filter as well. Lastly, I'm back on the Autel so I can reset the service light that keeps coming up on the dashboard. Job done. Okay, service is now reset, so if we turn the dashboard on, we've got passenger door open, passenger airbag on. There we go. No more service light on the dashboard. We do though have one other issue, and it only happens when you're driving and you come to a stop and you've got the brake pedal pressed for a long time, and that's one of the brake lights. Now I'm not actually sure which one, so I'm gonna press the brake pedal. Do you reckon that'll work? Do you reckon it'll just come up as a fault if I...
Or I just get out and check.
But I think it's working, and I think the bulb's a little bit... Yeah, do you want to check?
Never mind. They're all working.
They're all working?
Yeah. The brakes are on, aren't they?
Yeah, I've been pressing.
Just turn, like, go on and off for a sec. That constantly. They're all working.
Well, although I kind of did want there to be a few more repairs needed with this car, that's it. The brake lights are now working. I'm pretty sure that correlated to the battery. The service light on the dashboard is now gone because we've cleared it, because we have done a service. It's also now been about an hour since I put the new battery on, and it's turned on absolutely fine every single time. So I think for now, that's everything with the A3. It doesn't really need a wash, it's pretty tidy. The interior's been hoovered out by the looks of things. I don't really think this car needs anything else except one thing, and that is an MOT. So we'll come out in the morning, we'll take it for an MOT, but before that, in the morning we'll find out if this battery is going to hold charge. And I guess we'll find out if there's maybe some electrical fault that's draining the battery overnight or anything like that, but for now we'll cut to the morning. Okay, this is the moment of truth. It's been sat here overnight. Do you reckon it's going to go?
Yeah.
Do you reckon it's going to start? You ready? It's fixed, isn't it? Not that it was massively broken, it just needed a battery, but I think this is going to start. You ready? The lights are on the dashboard. 3, 2, 1. Sorted. I mean, I don't know why I'm celebrating because I've replaced a battery, but it just means that we can move on to the next stage, which is the MOT. I think there's 42 days left of the MOT on this car, and if I want to sell it, it obviously makes sense to put it through an MOT. And if it needs anything quickly and little, then I'll be able to get it done, ready to sell. So let's take it for an MOT.
This car is definitely going to make a good car for someone. It drives absolutely spot on, but with the short MOT left, I've just got to hope that it passes this one.
Well, we're about to pull up to the MOT station now. No lights on the dashboard. The car isn't dying, no battery light or anything like that. The brake light fault does seem to have gone away. Let's just hope it passes.
Here we go. If it doesn't pass the MOT, then it looks like I've got a bit more work to do. He's going to check the brakes, the lights, the steering, suspension, tyres, seatbelt, seats, exhausts, mirrors, wipers, and the bodywork. The engine, the clutch, literally everything on an MOT gets checked. So if there's something that I've missed, it's definitely going to come up now. And it wasn't long until I found out the answers.
So I can confirm that the Audi A3 has passed its MOT. We do have an advisory for a shock absorber on the driver's side front that has a light misting of oil, but that's something that the next owner could get done. At the moment it's an advisory, so it's not major. That's it. The A3 is finished. Now we can get back and I can reveal how much I actually paid for this car, and then we can go through how much it's cost me to sort it all out, and then we can get it up and get it for sale. Let's go.
I've always said that one of the most important things when selling a car is the pictures of it. If you can't be bothered to take good pictures of your car, then don't be surprised when someone can't be bothered to come and have a look at it.
Okay, that's the Audi complete. There's nothing more we need to do to this car. It is ready to put up for sale. We've got pictures of it and it can go online very shortly. So the big question, what did I pay for this car? It was up for £650, and because the alternator we thought was going to cost so much, I managed to get the car for a great price of £400, which I think is an absolute bargain for this car, especially with the fact that we only needed a battery for it. The battery cost me £69.49p. Along with that, we had the servicing parts, which cost an additional £28, and then for the MOT that it is now passed, that cost £45, which I think all in, let me work it out, the total of this car is £542.49p. I think we could double our profit here and maybe sell the car for as much as £1,200. It needs nothing, it's pretty much good to go. So I think we should get inside, get it up online and get it for sale.
And now the last bit of work to do with this car is to simply write a nice listing for it to go up online. The more honest you are, the more people are going to be interested. So I'm going to upload the pictures that I took earlier, give a nice honest description, and then we can get it online.
And just like that, the A3 is online for sale. And if any of you guys, of course, are interested in buying this car and it's still available, then definitely reach out to me. I've put it up for £1,250, but of course, we'll take a little bit less than that. But I think this is going to be a great start of getting to that RS3. That's that car now finished. And of course, I'm going to be on the hunt for the next car, but that will all be in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. If you did enjoy it, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.
You wear a hat they call dad. Me, I'm the dad in a hat. You just like clubbing and clothes. Me, I like afternoon naps. 3 happy meals for the road. My oldest like counting racks. My middle one, she's in a dirt bike. My youngest is just like a mama. The mama loves me and I love her, so if she wants something, it's never a bother. 3 to the ladies, my babies, and 1 on the way now.